to play
The city known for its
against.
incredible skyline, its
What's
nightlife
this?
and beaches. Today centered
Pit
around this
Bully
venue, Hard Rock
239.
Stadium here in Miami.
Good luck there, Mr. Pit Bully.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami.
Wait a minute. Okay.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has it downfield, working the left. It's a foot race. Into the red zone.
Okay.
Touchdown, Washington.
Hopefully it's that kind of
The
game.
Commanders take a 6-0 lead right
Or it
away.
could just be luck on the first
One
one.
snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon H. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. He's got
Why do you wait for him to catch
and
it?
they'll take him down
Hit
at the
him.
43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. A-Chain running to the right.
Oh,
And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Tua looking to throw. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Completes this one to Hill. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa. This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins finish off their opening drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
And he's got a man complete. And he can't take the completion across. Defense to deny the two-point conversion. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Finds a man, right side. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And that's good for a gain of 5. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have 2nd down and 5. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They send a man in motion. From the 40 on 2nd down. We're getting complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
3rd down give to Robinson. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Just short on 3rd down. No gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th?
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Commanders pushing for points. Fourth and 3, drive on the line. From the gun, it's Daniels. And there's
What?
a man there. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly
They let him
come
too
together
much.
in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Tagovailoa will look to throw. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. streets. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Daniels on 1st down. He'll get this one to Brown. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. Drop it.
Get in right before the guy get open.
Down, coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. D. Eskridge to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams. It sets you up for success.
On 1st down, they're going to start out with H2H. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And their creativity not rewarded. He's only able to get this back to the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
I mean, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And he's gonna go, it's a pick 6. pick six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Seibert now to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a slim 2-point lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Washington now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Going play action, Tagovailoa. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Commanders take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Robinson on the inside give. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Another carry for Robinson.
Oh.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. He's back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker.
Get out of the way.
First and more.
Like, y'all gonna just stop in front of the
And he's in
TV.
for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slant, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB,
Yeah.
and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there. When you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
Washington now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Taken in by Smith. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. He's on the move. He takes it himself.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the 4th. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. They go play action with Tagovailoa. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. On target to Waddle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his man Waddle. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw.
Then push him out of bounds.
Right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now a big spot for the Dolphins here as they line up for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Here's Tua again. And he's got it in the end zone. The conversion is good. They're back within a single point here in the 4th. Well, they were just 1 away from the strikeout, Brock, but their 3rd attempt finally nets them a 2-point conversion.
I know some coaches, played for some coaches that would have lost some faith in their offense and never tried it again, but not this crew. And this time they're rewarded with not just a couple points, but a shot of some renewed confidence as well.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And he's wishing he left this one in the end zone, Brock, as he goes out of bounds short of the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut.
They strong in the middle.
So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Staying with Robinson. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Commanders holding just a 1-point advantage. Fourth and 3, drive on the line. Back to throw it. He connects downfield on 4. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. First down, ball at the 36. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now we're on with Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing, and this is intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here he is to throw. Throwing the out route complete. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He'll look to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off. That's Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders make the play that should win them this game. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And this falls incomplete.
What?
2 seconds remaining.
Damn, it landed on him.
And a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Oh.
Kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal. So it's a win on
Good
the road
game.
for the